Ooh. Man, it's getting late. Let me check Twitter really fast. I'm sure nothing happened, because nothing ever happens. Something happened. Everything leaked for the second year in a row. This is a developing situation, and the extent of this leak at the moment is not known. So it's not over yet. But besides this massive leak that we will be talking about, it also opens up a pretty interesting discussion on whether or not leakers should gatekeep leak culture as it relates to Fortnite as a whole, and why I think we need to slow down on leaks a bit as a community. So just make sure to like the video and sub.
Stewie, where did you take us this time? Well, Brian, simply put, we are in an Exitraz subscribe gag. So any moment now, Brian, I should feel compelled to tell the viewer that they should subscribe to Exitraz. Oh, I feel it coming right now. Subscribe to Exitraz right now, please. And also, make sure that you like the video. This helps his channel to reach the algorithm. If he hits 15,000 subscribers, he will live stream Fortnite Smash and Pass. Also, if he hits 20,000 subscribers by the end of July, Exitraz will give away 20 battle passes. So, make sure to subscribe. Psh, no one's doing that, Stewie. Look, Brian, it's working! Well, I guess I could subscribe. No. Smash your pass! Subscribed! Giggity! Well, all my bills are going to fixing the damage caused to my house by Peter. So, I might as well subscribe and see if I can win that battle pass giveaway when that happens. Well, I'd be darned, Stewie. It did end up working. Well, you know what they say, Brian. Subscribe to Exitraz.
Also, please make sure to use code Exitraz in the Fortnite item shop. My rent is due. Alright, let's get started here.
Dude, what's the matter? What happened? What's going on? There's so much
Fortnite leaks.
First of all, let me address a few things as it relates to this leak. There are a few, not fake versions, but versions of this leak that have theories and speculation alongside the real stuff. So if you've seen a list that involves the return of one of the 3 major factions from Donald Mustard's story in Chapter 7, or that the first mini-season of Chapter 7 is another Marvel season with Noel as the villain, that's fake and not happening. But this list that I have here is all but confirmed to be real. So let's go through everything on it. To start with, there is a first part of this list not shown with information on the Star Wars season. We can pretty much ignore everything here since we are in the season and all this has happened / will happen besides potentially custom lightsabers. Alright, now we move on to the full list with the first section discussing next season, Chapter 6 Season 3. First, I feel like we need to go over a few leaks from Lolo, which talks about how 0-point shards will be involved in the Death Star event, and also how there will be a Utopia biome accompanying a new location replacing Seaport City called Utopia City, which is also discussed in the leak list, alongside how Shining Span will also be replaced. So this all means that not only are we going to have a pretty cool new futuristic city location, but also the 0-point will be extremely involved in the next season, further reinforced by another leak on the list. We will be getting 0-point sprites next season. I have no idea what these could be, but maybe they could give you a dash ability while you hold them. As previously leaked, this season will be themed to superheroes, but based on this list, it's not just superheroes. It's Superhero Academy themed. So it's pretty much 100% confirmed that we will be seeing these superhero skins from the survey next season, whether they be in the Battle Pass or even in the item shop. And not only will this season be themed around a Superhero Academy, the Academy will be funded by Midas, who is coming back to the story again for the 2nd season in a row. Speaking of the story, Daigo will now be in his new Mask Maker form from the epilogue of last season, and will be the main villain of next season, alongside Core, an agent of the Imagined Order from the Chapter 2 Season 8 Battle Pass. Maybe one of Mustard Man's 3 factions are in fact returning. Daigo will also make an army of demons, which I'm guessing we'll see in a cinematic or something. Moving past that, there is also this detail at the bottom that says movement removed. I'm guessing this is supposed to be in the Star Wars season section that was removed, since the new movement introduced with Chapter 6 was removed during the Star Wars season. This leak also detailed information on the big mid-season collab update of next season, which will be themed to the upcoming Superman movie in July. As previously leaked, you'll be able to have the powers of Superman, but according to this leak, the power-up is very similar to Godzilla. This means that one player can become Superman himself in every match. And yeah, that's definitely going to be overpowered. The leak also says there will be a Fortress of Solitude point of interest, which will replace Masked Meadows. So rest in peace, one of the best locations on the map. And after that, we have Battle Pass information. There will be a female skin that has powers related to the Fortnite Storm, who can turn into a Storm Beast and has a Storm Claws ability in-game with an invisibility portal. There is also information on one of the collabs in the Battle Pass, which is Robin from DC. Absolutely crazy. Hopefully this means we also get Nightwing and Red Hood in-game. And finally, there will be an end live event at the end of the season. Story fans, we might be back. If I guess, this will probably be an all-out battle between Daigo and the Superhero Academy. Now we move on to the section discussing the season after, Chapter 6, Season 4. Only one thing here, and that is the theme of the season will be bug invasion, or at least involve a bug invasion of some sort. We will definitely get these agent skins in the season because of their designation for Mantis and Spider. This will most likely also play into Fortnitemares of this year, and I definitely see us getting something extremely similar to Chapter 2 Season 8's Fortnitemares this year, but hopefully with a lot more new and exciting content and locations like last year's. And moving on to the second mini-season this year, our November mini-season. Last year, it was remixed with 4 hip-hop and rap icons, all on the Chapter 2 map, but this year, it will be The Simpsons. That's right, in just 6 months, we will have the pleasure of playing as Homer Simpson in Fortnite. There will also be a Springfield POI, whatever that means. Maybe Springfield Town Square, the Simpsons house, Moe's, and if we're lucky, maybe even the power plant will be in this POI. But this language, alongside another leak, makes me think that this mini-season isn't just a Simpsons mini-season, but a Disney mini-season. It was recently leaked that the Disney X Fortnite mode will be released by the end of the year, which was backed up by playlists being present in the files already, and how they're also testing it all on a stable build. And I mean, I doubt Fortnite would give us an entire battle pass of cel-shaded skins. But after all this, we can move on to Chapter 7 leaks, which is just crazy to think about, especially since the roadmap leak from last year only went to the start of Chapter 6. Anyways, this leak tells us that the dark presence that's currently being teased in the storyline will be a villain throughout Chapter 7, which is, again, huge for storyline fans. And that Chapter 7 Season 2 will be Norse themed, which will be just awesome. Hopefully we could get Ragnarok or Infinity War Thor as a collab skin in that season's battle pass. But that's it for the leaks on the list. There are also some leaks that weren't mentioned on this list, but are part of the leak, which are that following the conclusion of Season X and OG, the mode will go into the Chapter 2 seasons, which I don't really know how to feel about, but Remix was a cool taste of Chapter 2 gameplay again after all these years, so from a gameplay perspective, I'd be fine with it. And the last leak, next year, concert live events will be returning. Hopefully we can get an event on the level of Astroworld or Remix the finale again. But yeah, like I said, this was definitely a lot of leaks. So much to the point, it kind of brings up the question, are leaks going too far? Yes, leaks are definitely going too far. Let me explain here. So that last section was probably most of this video. A good 6, almost 7 minutes of straight up everything that's happening this year in Fortnite. I mean, we already have most of what next season will offer at launch leaked, and we're pretty much only halfway through the Star Wars season. This, in my opinion, is a prime example of when leaks go too far. And I mean, it's because of this oversaturation in leaks that the only changes, updates, or leaks that really get me excited for Fortnite anymore are the collabs. I mean, any surprise or intrigue that could possibly happen with Fortnite original seasons or Fortnite original concepts, I guess, are pretty much stripped away when you get leaks like this. And with the collab stuff, it's just way more exciting to me, even if it gets leaked. But then again, that's completely off tangent. I'm sorry. This will probably be a future video. Let's get back on track. Relating to leaks, things are definitely gatekept, and when it comes to the game's health, I overall feel like that's a good move. If everyone knew everything coming to Fortnite because of leaks, there would be no surprise, people wouldn't be excited, and in fact, complain about content, because there's something right around the corner that is shaping up to be so much cooler than what we have at the moment. It also doesn't help that these leaks just paint an incomplete picture of what we're getting, and people tend to judge it way too quickly. However, to play devil's advocate here, the people with these leaks are leakers. Their role in the community is to leak information early, and by gatekeeping, it almost defeats the purpose. So this right here is what I believe should be done to solve this problem. Sheena BR on Twitter recently started a new policy when he would only leak stuff when it's right about to happen, as seen with some information on the Superman stuff, which is about a month away, and the Adventure Time leak. I believe that if all leakers would coordinate with their insiders or even other leakers to not leak things almost a year in advance, we already know Chapter 7 information. That's ridiculous. I feel like leak culture as it relates to Fortnite and that side of the community as a whole could end up being a way more positive space. But who cares? Leak Dragon Ball Wave 6 and Skibidi Toilet Wave 2. No funny conclusion here. Just make sure to go down in the description and join the Discord server. Overall, this leak is definitely one of the biggest leaks in Fortnite history, and it definitely rivals the roadmap leak from last year. Hell, it probably even surpasses it. As I mentioned at the start, my spidey senses are telling me that this leak still isn't done, and there could still be more from it. It always feels depressing to me when something like this gets leaked, as I feel the surprise if it didn't get leaked would be so cool to experience, and it would be such a fun community moment. But that's just my thoughts. So what do you guys think? Should leaks be gatekept? Should they not? Do you guys want surprise to return when it comes to leaks? Hell, what collabs do you want in the game? Maybe there's some epic devs watching and they'll add it tomorrow. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Well, if there is an epic dev watching, you should 100% add me to the partner program so I can get skins early and for free. Pretty please with a cherry on top. Like and subscribe and use code EXTRATRAZ in the Fortnite item shop. See ya.
I want your money, I'm strapped for cash. I need your money too lazy to get a job. Give me your money, I'm not being funny. Give me your money today.
This is a brilliant work of satire.